The movie starts by showing a jungle where a woman lives with her son inside a house. The girl's name is Selman and he is blind. His dad does not live with them while Selman's mom is completely focused on his training because of the jungle. Selman's life was not easy and Selman could not even see. That is why his mother used to tie him with a rope before leaving the house so that he would not face difficulty in returning home. Selman's mother used to teach him to hunt. These people had also been taught to set traps. Today they go to the forest and Selim checks the traps. All of them were empty except one trap. That is, today they got very little food with which they go home when the time comes to eat the prey. So his mother tells him that you know the law of the forest, we have to give half of what the forest gives us to the forest. So Selman divides his prey into two parts and goes towards the forest with his mother. The rope tied with them was so long that they could reach near the dense forests but could not go inside them. They throw half of the prey in the forest from a distance and return home. Next day these people go to hunt fishes, but after not being able to catch even a single fish for a long time, her mother tells her that perhaps the worms we have put on the fish hook are small. On hearing this, Selim goes to the forest to get bigger worms when she hits the ground. While he was searching for insects by killing them, he suddenly finds a chain in his hands, which when he feels it, he becomes fond of it because chain was used to bind things. He starts wondering who will be imprisoned here if Layman hands this chain. Realizing that due to the planting, there was a stir in the forest, Salman's mother searches for him and starts scolding him that who told you to come so far, do you know how dangerous this forest is? Salman, seeing his mother angry, starts scolding him. He says sorry and she takes him home. She seemed nervous. From her behavior we feel that there is something she was trying to hide. At night she tells Salman a story about a goat which Selman was supposed to go to the forest and one day when she went to the forest, she died that day. Selman's mother herself had written this story for him so that he should never go to the forest out of fear. After listening to the story, Selman he asks his aunt a question about death. In response his mother says that I don't know where people go after I die. Yes, but I believe that death is not an end and you should also believe in this. This was their last conversation. After that his mom had gone away from home. Years passed, neither did she come back nor did Salman get to know anything about her. While leaving, she had apologized to Salman in the tape recording for leaving him and going away. He was also given 3 rules to live his life, without which he would have died. The first of these rules was that if he brought anything from the forest, half of it would be returned to the forest. The second was that if he ever felt scared or if he is in trouble, then Solomon should sing the song which his mother used to sing with him, and thirdly, whenever he leaves the house, he will not leave his robe. Following these rules, many years of Solomon's life passed and he achieved many things. He also learned, and then a day came that when he went out to hunt in the forest, he did not find anything in the name of hunting. When he went fishing in the river, he caught a fish with great difficulty and due to extreme hunger and all the other things. The fish ate itself and did not give anything to the forest, and as a result, when night fell, he started hearing strange sounds from the forest. Selman did not pay much attention to those sounds, although he knew that he had broken a rule today. He lies down for the night and after midnight he notices that his goat has not made any noise today. Feeling something strange, when he comes out he finds his goat dead. Due to all these things, he doesn't even sleep, he has very little food left, and today when he goes to the forest for hunting again, to his surprise he finds a dead deer. This had never happened before. He was hungry for these things. He was thinking that suddenly he hears the voice of a human being, due to which he gets very scared because till date he had never heard the voice of any third person other than his mom and dad. It was a hunter named Hang who also hunted this deer, and he was telling Selim to stay away from his prey. When he comes close to Salmon to keep him away from his prey, Salmon attacks him with his knife, due to which the hunter's hand got injured. The hunter, in turn, hits him with his gun on his head, due to which Salman becomes unconscious. When Salman regains consciousness, Hang is sitting in front of him and he is telling Salman not to be afraid of himself. Salman notices that he is close to his house. He asks Hang, how did you find my house? Hang answers, through your rope. Hank asks the question that children, do you live alone in this forest? Salman does not answer the question because he has no answer to his question. He got angry because of calling you a child. Well, Hang apologizes to him and says that if you allow me to stay at your house for one night, then I will give you some part of my prey to eat. See, it is about to be night and the danger in the jungle will increase at night. Salman liked this man because he liked him, so he allowed him to stay in his house. Hang cooks food and also starts checking Salman's house because he was surprised. How is a blind man living alone in this forest? Hakup asks him, where are your mom and dad and how do you live here? If you go, I can take you from here to a safe place. Salman replies. He says that he is very happy in this house. As soon as he said this, he did not stay there but went to sleep. Midnight passes and scary sounds start coming from the forest again. Hang asks Salmon, do you know what is this sound? Salmon also did not know what these sounds are because he had never heard such sounds before. Now Hang moves towards the forest with his gun to check what is this sound. Hang had gone to those dense forests where salmon were not allowed. Yes, but Cello Man used to give half of his food there every day. Hang, who had decided to kill any dangerous animal with his gun, noticed that a very big bear is lying very badly dead in the forest. He wonders what could be the thing that was bigger and stronger than the bear that killed the bear before he goes to check something, and as he reads further, he feels that something is chasing him. He runs to save his life and after coming back home, he asks Salman, do you know what was that thing thing that was chasing me, but about this Solomon also had no idea. Well, the next day Hang had to leave from here, but he had a whole deer with him. He says to Solomon that I have to take care of this deer. Do you have any such place from Selman? On getting the answer, Hang says no problem. I will myself make a place where the deer carcass can be safely kept. Only for this work I will need some things, which includes a chain. Salmon says yes, I know where you will get the chain. Right in the middle of the forest, Needy had the same chain which Salmon had seen in his childhood. Both of them reach near that chain. Hank was also surprised to see the chain in the middle of the forest. He also wanted to know, after all, who is tied with this chain. He walks along the chain and reaches a secret prison. Before he sees the prison from inside, a ferocious bird tries to attack unsuccessfully on the other side, due to which he gets scared and runs away from there. These people follow him and return home with as much chain as they need. Hank sees that Solomon had thrown a piece of Run's meat into the forest. He asks him why he did this. Solomon says that I like that. Hank finds all this strange. He thinks that maybe Solomon's mom is doing magic, etc. Hank tries to explain to Solomon that the thing you are afraid of, well, maybe he is an animal, and if you go and help me, then we can easily catch him and kill him, and all your danger will be eliminated, and then you will not have to give your share of food to anyone. But now the issue was that Salmon's rope was not big enough to go inside the forest. Han says that it is not a problem, you leave it all to me. These people had become good friends in conversation. Hang had torn many clothes. He ties it with a rope, due to which the rope becomes a little longer. These people go into the forest, but when they go into the forest, suddenly someone attacks the salmon and starts pushing it backwards. Hack, save it and take it back home. It turns out that all this was very strange. Salmon was very scared of all these things. That is why he asks Hang to read him a story from the book which my mother always used to read to me. Hang is also aware of this happening in the jungle. He was troubled by the speech. That is why he goes to the forest near Salmon's bed to check whether it is there. Hang went into the forest to the hole in which something was tied with a chain, while on the other side, Salmon was hanging. He was worried about leaving from here, so he goes towards the forest to find Bahang. Due to the rope being short, it was difficult for him to move forward, due to which he untied his rope and did so as told by his mother. Rule was also sent running. When he goes further into the forest, he finds Hang dead, seeing which he becomes very sad and starts crying loudly, and at the same time, again he starts hearing those scary sounds very close to him. We are shown that whoever was there in the gar was not some big animal or monster, but it was Solomon's wax, whose eyes had completely changed as if he was possessed by something else, Cello Man, but not his mother. I could see that he didn't even know that it was his mom. Now in fear, he starts singing the song told by his mom, so that his mom comes to know that her son has come there. She goes and hugs her son. So Solomon kills him with a knife. Solomon had no idea that he killed his mom because he could not see and his mom was not able to speak. After killing his mom, we see that Solomon's eyes, she also becomes like her mom. After all, what happened to Salmon? His entire family had some kind of debt, due to which Solomon's dad first turned into some strange creature, and when we saw in the beginning of the movie that Salmon's mom and Salmon throws half of his prey in the forest, so perhaps he throws that food only for his dad. After his death, this curse must have fallen on his wife, i.e. Salmon's mother, and then Salmon throws half of his prey in the forest every day for his mother. I kept throwing it without knowing why he was doing this, and then when his mother died, this curse came on him, and with that the story ended.